Hi, guys. Welcome to the Cup of Fitness podcast. My name is Eva.
My name is Julio.
And today, I should have a better intro. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Our cat is our intro.
Yeah, we were actually just looking at our wedding pictures.
Yeah.
You sound so disappointed. We look way different.
We gained a lot of weight during
Maybe
COVID.
we should talk, maybe not right now, but maybe we should do on our 2-year anniversary. We should do a podcast about how we met and stuff.
I do want to do a podcast on COVID and how it affected me.
No, I was talking about our wedding.
Well, I know about our wedding.
Yeah, and how we met. I don't care about COVID.
Well, those
I
are
thought
topics to think about it.
thought something good came out of COVID. Me.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Okay. Anyways, today we want to talk about something that I am very, very passionate about, and Julio hasn't figured out what will work for him. So,
What do you mean?
that went
So
completely
wait,
off.
what's the topic?
Okay, so we're going to talk about routines. And what I meant to say, besides me saying that I was passionate about it, I did want to talk about why routines are super, super important. And this is the one thing that really helped me be very consistent during this process, a full year of consistency with my journey with nutrition, fitness, habits. And it's the fact that I developed a routine, which you haven't.
First of all, that's a lie. Second of all, you are
What
very
time do you wake up?
waking up is not the only routine here. Okay. No, wait, hold up. First of all, you are very routine oriented. So not just in health and fitness, it's within your own business, within cleaning, you have a routine. She was just complaining how she's out of her routine in cleaning the house. I mean, you are
That's
very
just my excuse. I just don't have time. Cleaning is the worst thing. You know, when people are like, I'm not motivated to work out, I'm not motivated to clean. Like, I want to have a clean house, but it's just
okay. So
cleaning it, I don't like it.
the way you were able to convince me to actually go to the gym was because I said, oh, I do suck at routines. I'm going to create a routine. And I have, for the last year and a half, more than a year and a half now, have held a good routine. No,
You
don't
held
you
it.
dare look at me like that. I'm now going to the gym 5 days a week. I started with 3. I went to 4.
You didn't
and
have
I'm
a
at 5.
routine when you started with 3. You were just kind of going as you went. You weren't really, a routine means you're kind of tracking what you're doing and you're getting better at it. You were just kind of going and not really
Right, but that's not
tracking.
how you start. Well, I mean, it just depends. I'm a little slow at stuff, but I think now I do have a routine. I have set days, and I definitely
Wow,
have
you don't like being called out,
certain
huh?
fitness. No, it's okay. But I mean, I think you're being a little mean saying that I don't have a routine right now, which
But
I
it's the
clearly
truth.
I clearly have a
I
routine
have
right
to
now.
remind you about your vitamins. I have
Oh
to
yeah,
remind you about taking your
take it
lunch. I
Yeah,
have to remind you about your other meal.
yeah,
I
for
have to
sure.
remind you to go get your steps.
Yeah.
Tell me, like, where is your
What
routine?
do you mean? I go to work every day. I bring home the bacon every day.
I don't get any bacon.
And I have maintained a good routine at the gym,
Yeah,
which
that's
has
the
been pretty
only
good.
thing.
Now you speak a little bit more about routines.
Yeah, so, I don't know what to say now. No, I'm just kidding.
You forgot, huh?
Yeah. I had to think. So I used to really, really struggle with, I did really, really good before we got married
With what?
with routines,
Okay.
like with like sticking to my nutrition, doing my workouts and everything. And then we got married, I moved here, and like my routine I realized that because there was a time I didn't have a job, right? Because I moved here. I didn't know how to go on with my day. And I didn't realize like having freedom, not like just going as like I could wake up whenever I wanted. I could like get ready whenever I wanted. I can make my meals if I really wanted to.
I think just the preface is that you did not work for how long? For 3 to 4 months,
Yeah,
if
I
not
think
more.
so. I
Yeah.
think so. So what I was trying to say is like, I didn't like it. I didn't like
No,
it
you
at
didn't.
all.
You didn't
I
like.
didn't. And then, weekends were always my downfall. Like the weekends were always like it was Friday night. You would come home and I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't know what to cook. We should go out and eat.
Yeah, we would always
Remember?
go.
And
Yeah.
then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we would go out and eat most of the time. And then we just had no routine, right? So when I embarked on my weight loss journey, because I was not very comfortable with myself, I realized that in order for me to make my weight loss journey easy on me and not feel like I was always struggling to make the changes, I had to set up a routine or like a system that was going to work for me, right? So that's when I realized like, oh, it's super important for me. Like, what's the one thing I like to do? Because even when I started working Monday through Friday, I could do really good, but then you would stay home Saturday and Sunday. So then that was like a different routine because then you were home. So then I was like, what works really well for me Monday through Friday, and how do I apply it for Saturday and Sunday? And I started slowly. So I started slowly with like, I would go for my morning walks because before I do anything with my life, I need to go have a little me time and go for my walk. If I decide to start work, if I decide to start anything before I go for my walk, my day is ruined because it's just, I didn't start off right. So I realized the one thing that on Saturday and Sunday I wasn't doing was doing my walks. So then I would wake up early instead of waiting for you to wake up and like for us to go do things. I would wake up early. I'm like, I'm gonna go for my walk in the morning. And I started to build that routine there. Right. And then from there, I started building like other routines on top of that.
Right.
So other little habits. So you could say they're habits that you're building, and those habits make up a routine. And what this is supposed to do is just make your life easier. So when I was really deep into losing weight for my photo shoot, I was spending 2 hours at the gym because I needed to work out and do my cardio, and I was going to do it all in that same moment because I was not going to go back and I was not going to go be at the gym twice a day. So I had to get very like organized with it. And because my calories were low, I couldn't allow myself to get hungry. I couldn't be like, I'm just gonna skip my meal and get hungry and then be ruin my day because then I would get hungry and then be starving. So I created that routine with my meals as well. So that really helped me lose the weight without feeling like it was a lot of work because I created a routine.
Yeah. So, but how many times do you change the routine?
I don't. I don't change my routine.
Do you change your routine at least every couple
I might
months?
add up things to it or
No, well,
or
for
change.
example, you have changed a couple times the time when you go to the gym.
Oh yeah, I tried a different routine.
You have tested
It
different
still doesn't
times.
work out.
Yeah,
So
well,
so you have to try different things, right? Until you find the perfect. So for example, like right now I go to a gym like after lunch, and I've been wanting to do it after breakfast because I'm like, maybe I've gone those few times, and those few times the gym is like less packed. So I'm like, maybe I should, but I don't really like it for
mhm,
whatever reason. Like I need a second meal before I go to the gym.
that's true, and you do need your coffee,
Yeah.
which is
I
another
need my
kind of,
second cup of coffee.
yeah, kind of a
I need two a
different
day.
type of routine that you have.
Yeah, what other routine have I changed? I don't feel like I changed my routine much.
That's true. I think you're right
Prove
there.
me
I
wrong.
think you were right there.
I mean, I have changed my routine in the sense that there was a time when, well, now, so you started eating breakfast at home, and that kind of messed up my routine
That's
a
true.
little bit. So that meant I had to go for a walk later. but I adjusted to it. I just went like, okay, we have to do breakfast and then I'll go for a walk. Right now, I'm getting better at waking up earlier and going for the walk first and then coming home to make breakfast. So it's just figuring out, but still trying to have a routine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's just that,
Like I'm
sometimes.
not set in stone on it.
Yeah.
Like I don't like I'm flexible with it, but I still have a routine.
Well, and I was gonna say that, life changes, right? So that's why you struggle so much so you went from Los Angeles to San Diego, and it took you a while to adjust to down here,
Yeah, still
right?
taking me a while.
Yeah, and it's still taking you a little while and it took you a little while to figure out your routine, kind of get going, kind of figure out your surroundings. So, it's not something that's set in stone. I feel like a lot of people who create routines, they find a routine that does really well, and then something happens in their life to where they try their old routine again and it just doesn't work and they just give up.
Yeah, and most people are kind of like like I said, I'm flexible. You need to learn how to be flexible. You have to be okay with maybe that old routine or that old thing you were doing before is no longer working now. You have to find a better way, right? So you are in IT. And the one thing you always talk about to me is you have to systemize things in order to make your program easier.
Hold up,
right?
hold up. There's a difference between what I do at work and what I do at home.
No,
There's a complete
no,
difference.
there's no difference. It should your life, like obviously it shouldn't be robot like. That's what I'm saying.
It
Like
shouldn't
that's
be,
why
no.
I say like it should be you should be flexible with your routine, but that doesn't mean that you should like, be like, oh, I couldn't go work out today. It's fine. I'll just skip today, even though you have like 5 more days left of the week. You still go work out, right? Like maybe switch it. If you normally work out on Monday, you couldn't make it happen on Monday, maybe make it happen on Tuesday, right? So you have to be flexible, or maybe like I won't wake up early sometimes, or like I'm too lazy and I'm like, I don't want to go for a walk in the morning before breakfast. I'll stay, make the breakfast, and then go after breakfast, right? But I still try to have that like small little routine that I have.
Yeah, I think last week is a good example. So we were out of town for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We did the whole week. We went to the gym the whole week in order to
I
have.
went to the gym this whole week.
Oh, well, that's because you skipped a day.
Yeah.
I actually went back on routine when I should
I
have.
didn't skip a day. I
But-
moved my day off to another day
Yeah.
because I did all my workouts.
So 5 days is a lot. So I typically do Tuesday, Wednesday. I have my rest day on Thursday. I do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I have another rest
I
day.
wonder why that routine works so well for you.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
Yeah. That's like my same workout days.
Yeah, we have the exact same workout days.
You weren't working out those days. All of a sudden you started copying me.
However,
just because I do something that works for me doesn't mean it's gonna work for you.
However, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, when I'm at work, you go to the gym. So I have to go to the gym without you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I do it, and I have no problem with
I go to the gym without you.
Yeah, I know. And I typically leave the gym earlier than you do too. I just go home. I'm like, okay, I'll see you at home, babe.
I'm having such a great time at the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to leave.
Well, and it's funny. Well, now we're talking about routine. So your gym workout routine completely changed this week.
Yeah.
So how's that going?
We're not talking about that. It's boundaries. Okay. I am sore. I am sore from everywhere. No, that's a lie. I expected, well, my shoulders were pretty sore, but my legs are extremely sore. Like I had not been this sore in such a long time because I had been in the same training program for like more than 6 months, I want to say.
It was a while. You were on it for a while.
I was on one training program for like 3 months, and then she switched it up, my coach, and then I was on it for like about 6 to 8 months. And like about 3 weeks ago, I was like, oh crap, because now I'm eating more. I'm like, I'm starting to get stronger. And then bam, she switches up my training program. And This week has been rough. Like, I've been going for my walks. I've been doing Epsom salt bath. Today, you see me going down the stairs. It's just horrible. Like today I had to go. And then the worst thing is like, I was so tired. I had a rest day when I'm supposed to go to the gym. So I couldn't have a rest day in between. And it's the worst. Like, I am, I'm just feeling it.
Yeah, I think
You
I
never hear me complain this much.
no,
I
you
complain
don't.
a lot.
You don't. And so much so that she skipped a day, and I was a little worried.
I skipped a day.
Yeah, you didn't go to the gym on Tuesday, so you had to make
Yeah,
it
but
up. You
I
had to make it up.
yeah, don't say I skipped a
No, I'm
day.
just saying
I moved my rest
you
day.
skipped your routine.
Jeez.
You skipped your routine.
Yeah, it sounds like I skipped days. I don't skip days. No, what was it? There was a day I wanted to skip though. I'm not gonna lie.
You were close to skipping
Like I
a
was
day.
like, I'm just gonna tell my coach. I'm like, hey, this is kicking my butt. But yeah, so that's a workout routine, right? And within my workout routine, I have like the routine that I go to the gym and a routine I do before going to the gym, right?
But it takes a while. So any routine or anything you try to do, you've already said it. I'm pretty bad at discipline. It takes months to get used to a
but you
routine.
have to be willing to practice it.
Yeah, no, I
I
agree.
think I have like mentioned a few times you have to be willing to practice it and you are not willing to practice it.
Which one are you talking about? Because
All of them.
I have not worked
You've
on
been, you've been really bad at getting you got oh, by the way, you guys, you haven't given an update of what happened to your plan.
Oh my God.
What happened? You've been going a little bit off
You
the rails,
sabotaged me.
huh?
That's what happened.
You got cardio.
Yeah, he added cardio.
Oh my God.
I
And
was
what's
I
your
was
cardio like?
so scared for the first month, and he didn't give it to me.
Okay, but
I lost 1.6 pounds, and he still added cardio.
okay, the 1.6. So like I kept telling you, hey, bump up your steps or you're gonna get cardio.
Oh my
Bump
God.
up your steps. You're like, no, I got 8,000 today. That's fine. I'm averaging 10,000.
So
And
he
then
added cardio, and the cardio was tough. It was rough.
what's your cardio like? What are you doing?
I'm doing treadmill at 3.5 speed.
Okay.
So eight.
And
I
the
think that's
first
feet height.
and the first day that you did it, what happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
You were starving.
Oh, I was starving. Oh my God. I
But
was
then,
so
like,
hungry.
have you been making up your steps? Your average of steps shouldn't drop just because you're adding
I'll
cardio.
get there.
See,
Get there.
that's where you're messing. That's what I'm talking about. You have no routine.
We were out of town last week.
No
Okay.
excuses.
I was out of town, and I still lost some weight. I was just, he still added the cardio.
Next podcast, I'm gonna be tan, you guys. I haven't been in the sun for a little bit. Anyway, so I'm a little extreme, right? So I just talked about having a routine with my steps. So I go for my morning steps, and then usually we go for dinner steps, even though right now it has been not the best, right? But
No, we've
usually
been able to do it most
usually we
days.
do dinner steps.
We do.
So I have that routine. And then I have my workout routine and I have what I do before my workout routine.
Mhm.
So like I have my cup of coffee, I get ready for the gym, those type of things. Now, I also have would this be like a routine, like a meal schedule? That's kind
Yeah,
of a
so you
routine.
have certain times. We have certain times where we eat. So
No,
like
don't include yourself in this. We already established that you have no routine.
we got breakfast, which is we don't go past 9 o'clock, typically around 8 o'clock. We have lunch, which is in between 12 o'clock to 1:30.
1:30 the latest.
Yeah, then we have dinner, which is usually 4 to 5 o'clock.
No, 5 to 6, 6 the latest.
Yeah, I guess
And also depends if I'm busy.
depends on the
on
day.
calls or stuff
And then
like
I
that.
even have a second meal.
Yeah. Well, poor you.
Yeah.
And you have your in-betweens.
And I have my in-betweens, which I
Okay.
have a protein bar. Well, you have some. Do you have any in-betweens? You have your
I
night snack.
haven't, yeah, and I haven't had it yet because we're here talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm missing out. So yeah, so let me talk about mine. So I have breakfast. My breakfast moved a little bit earlier, but technically we have breakfast like around 7:30. And just because I'm sharing this with you guys doesn't mean you have to follow this. This is just what works for me. And I'll explain why it's important to kind of try to figure out a schedule that works for you for your like meal timing. And meal timing is not like, anything magical or anything like that. So I have breakfast 7:30. Lunch is 12 to 12:30 when you're not home. So I'm talking about mine. Dinner is usually like 5:30. And then I have my pre-bed snack, which I've been moving it up a little bit earlier. So I've been trying to have it anywhere between 7 to 7:30, but most likely it's like around 8 p.m. Now, the reason that works really well for me is because I don't allow myself to get hungry. If on the weekend, when Julio's home, he'll be like, oh, let's just eat way later and let's just have lunch and dinner together. And then we won't have dinner.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Not anymore because you're
Not
on a
anymore.
diet. But like before, we did. And that would screw me up really big time because in my mind, I still want to have my 4 meals. Like I can combine 2 meals and be satisfied. I still need 4 meals. So when I'll bring up my weight loss, when I was on my weight loss, I had to make sure that routine was on point because I do not want to be hungry and I get moody.
Yes, you get
And
moody.
nobody
Well,
asked.
no, but I think actually the most important part of keeping a meal schedule is that regardless, intermittent fasting, all this good stuff, most people tend to snack. I know people go, I skip my lunch and I don't really have, you tend to snack when you skip a meal. And I've
Mhm.
I've definitely noticed that. So if we and even myself, if I don't have the meals at those certain times, I am much more likely to snack on
Yeah,
something.
because what happens, it's like you skip your lunch, right? And it's already like, let's say 2 p.m., 4 p.m. And you're like, oh, I just have to wait it out like maybe 2 to 3 hours and then it's dinner time. So let me have this little thing that's gonna hold me over, right?
Well, and that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that you begin to justify things. So like, oh, have this cookie. One, you don't even know how many calories that cookie is.
That cookie has more calories
And
than the meal.
that cookie has more calories than that meal itself. And then a lot of times it's not just that one cookie, it's several, right? Or a
Mhm.
bag of chips or anything. And there goes half of your calories in a day, and then you're still gonna eat the other meals on top of that.
Yeah.
So that's where that really starts becoming, it starts to snowball really badly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that usually happens because you get yourself hungry. So for me, I learned to have that routine. And like I said, Monday through Friday, I would do super, super amazing. But because I was on the photo shoot prep, and I keep bringing that up just because that's what really set my goal to
Right.
like be 100%. I realized I had to move that to Saturday and Sunday too.
Mm.
I couldn't just do it Monday through Friday and expect, or Monday through Thursday, and then Friday and Sunday have a different routine and expect the results I was getting, right? So I created that routine. And even if we had an off plan meal, I remember I used to be like, okay, if we're going to go out for dinner, we have to go out around this time because this is the time that I get hungry.
Right.
And it's just going to work better for me,
Yeah.
right? So when everybody's on their weight loss journey, and I always say this, like you want to systemize, your routine to make it easier on you, but you also want to think about keeping this routine when you already lose the weight. So I have lost the weight and I've been maintaining at a good place. Obviously, I didn't maintain the weight that I had for the photo shoot
Mhm.
because, I wanted to eat more.
Mhm.
That's okay. So like, but I still have to have a routine. I still have to eat my meals at the same time. I still have to have cooked, prepped food, which was something that we didn't have. And we kind of, that's like something that's not a full, like, that's a flexible part of the routine. So for example, we don't have like Sunday meal prep. Um, Wednesday meal prep or anything like that. We kind of prep in bulk for 3 days, and we go as like when we're running out of food, we're like, okay, we gotta prep another little bulk, right?
We don't have a
We don't
routine.
have a set.
We
We
don't.
don't have like a set time or anything like that. Just because I don't like to have food like prep for 7 days.
Vegetables, for some reason, you don't like to have prepped.
No, I like to prep
Yeah.
them day by day, but lately I've been lazy about that.
Yeah,
I don't have a routine
It's
with
getting a
that.
little bit better. We're starting to chop more vegetables.
Yeah, I'm getting adjusted to my routine again.
Yeah. So and I do think that's something that we can improve on, which is the food prep part
Yeah,
of things.
yeah. So, you are creating a routine to help you keep a lifestyle, right? And that's kind of what it is. So how would I compare this to? Like kind of like work, right? When you go to work, there's like you clock in, there's tasks you have to do, there's like your lunch time, your break time, and then you know what other tasks. But somebody's already telling you all these things.
Right.
And then you have to, for your life, you have to create these routines for yourself. They're going to help. But this is where people struggle the most because you have a routine with work and you're like, I'm off of work. I don't want to think about a routine. I want to do whatever I want.
Exactly.
And then you realize that you're self-sabotaging yourself by doing that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'll raise my hand. I absolutely, I'm big into numerology, right?
Okay.
I'm going to bring up the numerology. So my number, what are my two biggest kind of like,
That's
The-
just an excuse.
these are the, no. So these are the biggest goals that I have supposedly to learn.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Okay. So number one is freedom. And then number two is discipline, right?
Wow.
Which is why I struggle so much with discipline. But supposedly that's kind of like my life goal to learn.
And what are
numerology.
you doing to actually learn
But
it?
you start with me
Because
right now.
I've been trying so hard to have you set a routine. I know you get mad at me, but I'll be like, babe, you have to like
This week?
wake up early and let's go for a walk. Because then afterwards, the other day you got mad at me because you had to go by yourself to go get your steps done. You're like, you're really not gonna go with me? And I was like, no, I already got my 10,000
No, it
steps.
was okay. I just turned on the audio book that I
Yeah,
was
you don't
listening
like
to.
listening to me anyways.
This week waking up has been hard. I don't know why it's been so.
Does that show in your numerology? Like, does your number say like something about like?
He's lazy at waking in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah, it does, huh? Was it the number 8?
No, I'm not a number 8. How dare you? I'm not saying that publicly yet. I'm not there.
Well, I don't know. I was just
I'm
guessing the
not
number.
there.
I'm nowhere. I don't even know.
Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, what is that?" And they're gonna go look and like listen to all this stuff. No, I'm not saying it just yet. Maybe I will in the future.
That's a little extreme.
Yeah.
We're gonna think.
But I just wanted to point that out, right?
It just sounds like an excuse. It's kind of like when
No,
people
it's not. But it's not an excuse.
when people bring up their their astrology, their horoscope.
Yeah.
What is it?
Horoscope.
Yeah, I'm a blank. This is their attitude.
No. I'm saying that
You justified your bad attitude because that's what I don't want to say what
No.
horoscope, but that's what horoscope.
It's completely different. Actually, numerology says that if I am disciplined, my life will be much better.
Oh my God.
Do you understand that?
You should work on it.
So it's not an excuse. I'm just saying it's something that I am trying to work on. But I don't care so much about waking up early. I mean, I still wake up around like, like
but when you
12
wake
o'clock
up,
is
okay,
fine.
even if you wake up like not early, you should have some type of routine. I mean, the first thing you do is go grab your phone.
Yeah, and I listen to
That's not
something.
very good.
Listen to something kind of like wakes me up. Kind of what I try to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, try to stick to a routine, especially when
All the time.
all the time.
All the time. No, I'm just kidding. So like when you're in the weight loss, definitely have a routine that's gonna make your life easy. Like believe me, like you're not even gonna like struggle. You're gonna be like, whoa, this was so easy to lose weight. I didn't know I was eating so little calories when you start eating more. But after that, you still want to have a routine if you plan on keeping off the weight.
Yes.
And when things like you go on vacation, like that, those are the times where like, no, I'm not saying you have to be 100% in the routine, but you want to keep some of the routine in, like maybe like still keep your walks in, I was gonna say steps, which is the same thing, water intake. Maybe even if you are enjoying a little bit more food, but at least try to keep the same time eating, right? Like the time that you eat and stuff like that. But honestly, you want to work on having a routine all the time. And if, be flexible with it and find different routines. Like if you're a person that you're like, I can go do my morning walks, then don't. Just find another time that works for you, right?
Find a different.
Nowadays, people are so obsessed about sharing like their routines, which I know you talked about.
I don't like it.
Nowadays, people are very about like successful people or people
Just
who
do this,
feel
just
like
do that.
they got it. How would you say that?
They have their life put together. Is that what you're
That's what
saying?
they make it seem. So like they'll share their routine and then you try to mimic that routine. Remember, that works for them. And like maybe you could take pieces off of it and maybe be like, let me try it. You never hurts to try it. Don't go 100%,
Yeah.
right? So if you took something from here and be like, oh, Eva goes for morning walks, let me try that. Try it and see if you like it. Eva has a time where she eats. Let me set alarms on my phone to remind me to eat so I don't snack while I'm waiting for dinner. You could try it. I'm not saying that's how you should do it. I'm just sharing what works for me.
Right.
And what doesn't work for him because it's not working out.
This is not Bully Julio podcast. Okay. Okay. No, it gets on my nerves because people sharing their routines and then people going, oh my God, this routine is so amazing. It's like, I mean, maybe it works for 10.
Have you ever
20%.
tried someone else's routines?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Not like 100%.
And it didn't work for you?
That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, there was something I did try before. I did journaling in the morning.
Journaling.
I really liked it. And that was a routine I learned from someone that they mentioned. And I was just open to the idea. And I was like, I really like it. I want to bring it back, but I'm struggling to bring it back. But yeah, it's something that I really liked. Journaling. I tried meditating in the morning. That's definitely hard when you're kind of still sleepy. Like, how do you meditate in the morning and then you're like, I'm gonna go back to sleep?
Yeah, I'm much more of a meditator at night. There was a time that I was meditating at, and you might not believe this. I used to wake up like at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Yeah, you don't believe me. The only guy that would know is the cat that's behind me. Other than that, no one else would know
either. He does not wake up 5 a.m. either.
Yeah, he does. He wakes up early. But like you said, finding a good routine is just also getting to know yourself, right? Because I do enjoy our morning walks. I mean, there are times where I'm like, we're gonna go on a walk, right? And
sometimes you run my morning walk though. That's the time I talk to my mom.
Yeah, that's true. But then you complain that I don't go with you. Who understands you? Who understands you? It's like when you started changing your morning routine, and I started coming out early. You were like, what are you doing? This is my me time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, when you weren't working.
You felt invaded.
Yeah, there was a time and like it was a good walk, Maybe that would be a different conversation, but I had to kind of push you to go on those walks because you weren't having the best time.
No, I was not having.
Yeah. And I was trying and tell me you don't miss it. I remember
I did like the morning walks.
Did you do the morning walk for?
For a while until I started working again.
And then all of a sudden he felt like he was part of the morning crew. Like he'll be like, oh, I saw this person. Oh, I saw this morning person. I'm like, I've been seeing them for like a year now. Like you're not part of this. And I do miss them. Like the other day I went out for an early walk and I saw this guy with his little dog.
With the little floppy dog.
Yeah.
Little floppy ears.
And sometimes I'll be like, I haven't seen them in a long time, right? And then I remember I'm like, oh, I changed my routine.
Yeah.
So that's funny because like you go on walks and you see the same person over and over.
Yeah, and you say good morning, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So where can people find you?
So you guys can find me on Instagram at @acupofitness_, and you could always send me a DM if you're enjoying these podcasts, or if you're not enjoying them, let me know what you would like to hear too.
And don't forget, share, like, subscribe, and comment down below if you guys have any topics or anything you'd like us to talk about. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.